Hey everybody, I am super excited to be working on shrimping today. This is a movement that is one of the most important in Jiu-Jitsu. We use it every class, every wrestle, almost all the techniques, all the time. But it's not taught in a really thorough level. And I think the reason for that is we always have so much, there's always so much to teach and so much to go through every class. So this video here will help you with that foundational movement, really taking it apart. Okay? Starting on your back, bridge. I'm going to start our timer here for us. Starting on your back, hips up. You need to get those hips warmed up as high as you can. Maybe bringing the shoulders underneath you. Now, if you can, only if you can, keep those hips up. Slowly extend one leg. The secret is if you extend one leg, the hips can't really drop. Mine do drop a little bit. I would like them to be a tiny bit stronger, but that's why we're here. Hips up. Every time both feet are on the ground, extend the hips up. And it's okay, like if you extend, you're like, oh, my hips dropping a little bit. That's part of the strengthening. Like I want you to feel the strengthening in the planted leg as you work on extending the other leg. So I do want you to extend that leg if you can. If hips drop a tiny bit, that's the reality of the situation. But I want you to focus on keeping them up. On all fours, rotating my right foot down, so foot touches the ground, left leg parallel to the ground. Hip throughs to get the rotation going because we will need it. Plank, right foot down, knee will be facing up or almost facing up, left leg parallel to the ground. Focusing on the movement, side to side. Planting one foot, knee up or almost up on your planted foot. Other leg parallel to the ground, making it smooth. Focusing on the breathing. Okay, on your back, one more time. Hips up. Extend. Back down, reset, hips up, and extend. If you need to drop in between repetitions, that's okay. To reset, deep breath in. Exhale, hips up. Extend. Hips up. Extend, other side. Drop the hips down for a little reset. Back up. Extend. And extend. Down, last one. As high as you can, belly button up as high as you can. Extend. And extend. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, hands and knees. This time, starting your hands and knees, lifting the hips up. Knees up, sorry. Boom, pulling your hips to ribs. So instead of having the pelvis neutral, I'm gonna pull my hips to ribs, tilting the pelvis forward to engage the lower core, get that fired up a little bit. Boom, hips to ribs, and rotate. Knees almost hit the ground, but not quite. Rotate. Your focus of the movement is having a smooth transition. One foot's planting, the other foot is parallel to the ground. Your foot that's parallel to the ground should be facing the wall. It should not be low beside your planted foot. It should be facing the wall where you're looking. If you were to be looking over there. Nice. On your back, power bridging. This bridging is meant to create, to get your partner off balance, okay? So if they are on mount, bridging up, boom, nice and tall, to get them off balance, and that in turn will create enough space to get your elbow to knee and then you can eventually work the other side. Okay? Or they are on side control, they're not too tight yet. Boom, I bridge up and then bring my elbow to knee. So this is our next set with the bridging. We will start really slow for the first 30 seconds and then bring the pace up. Bringing my right foot close to my right hip. I might also have it just to the outside a tiny bit. So we will explore the movements to find what works best for you in the foot placement. 1 minute, hips up and rotating on the heel, mostly of the right foot, boom, and then I'll transfer to the ball of the foot. So up, heel to the ground, right foot, transfer to the ball. Hips up. Now, power, focus on getting on the ball of my shoulder and the ball of my foot. In reality, in wrestling, I probably won't be there. But in practice, we practice it like this, really strong. So it is effective in wrestling. If we practice not very strong, in wrestling will be garbage. Now, adding the element, bridging up. On the shoulder, see if you can get your elbow to your hip. Okay, up. On the ball of your shoulder. So I'm on the ball of my left shoulder, the ball of my right foot. Okay, let's try this on the other side. Goal of this, get our partner off balance. My left foot is planted, hips up, and rotate on the ball of my right shoulder. I'm actually on the ball of my left foot as well. Reset, nice and slow at your own pace. Hips up, pivot to my right shoulder, ball the left foot on the ground. Now, if you can, take the right foot off the ground, out of the equation, because we will need that right knee, my right elbow to go tight to the right hip and the knee up. That's what we need that for. So it can't be down here. We need it close. Couple more. And if this feels like it's a bit of strengthening, it's because it is really good for the lower back, hips, and hamstrings. I actually tricked everyone and combined both sides now. Some physio exercises for my hip surgery to hear from Joel, my physiotherapist. And we did all these movements really slow, but that's the reason why I have such strong hips. It's always a journey to be stronger, but because of these exercises. Okay, left and right side. Bridge up, hips out to the side, elbow to knee. Bridge up. Sorry, elbow, you say elbow to knee, but when in practice, boom, try to get even the elbow to the hip so we create a really good strong wall here. Left and right side. Couple more power bridges. Take your time. Okay, next one is a sliding shrimp. So exactly what it sounds like. I will be sliding the hips on the ground. This is in the event that I can't really bridge up, or maybe I combine the power bridge with, the power shrimp with the sliding shrimp. So I'll be using both of those. I might have said bridge a couple times and I meant shrimp. You guys are picking up and I'm putting down. The importance of the sliding shrimp is where my arms are, up here, I need to bring my hips all the way up to pretty much a 90-degree angle. So I'll post on my right foot. I'll bring it out just a little bit to the outside of my hip, all the way on my side. In wrestling, I won't go up this far, but we practice way better than we wrestle so that we can execute it well in wrestling. Okay, left foot's planted, and I'm bringing all the way up, 90-degree angle. One side, 1 minute, right foot planted, and moving all the way to my left side, okay? Hands are up, I'm ready to rock, and back. You might have to lift the hip a little bit, that's fine. What I'm looking for is getting you to get that 90-degree angle with the hips. Second movement, up nice and high. This is hard because there's a lot going on here, right? There's a lot of movement, a lot of thinking, a lot of strengthening, but the amazing opportunity with that is eventually it becomes second nature. And I have one guy I train with, Adam. He has the most beautiful movement I've ever seen. He's wrestling, but his movement is incredible. I know he also does yoga and he does drills and stuff. And he does incredibly well in Jiu-Jitsu because he understands the mechanics of the movement. Other side. Posting on my left foot this time. Getting it close to my hip, maybe out just a little bit. Get your hips all the way up to that 90-degree angle. And then just reset, pull back. Reset and pull back. All right, you might have to lift a little bit, especially if you're at home or you're on carpet. You might have to lift those hips up a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. It's just understanding the concept of what we're trying to do. The power bridge is up and strong. This one, I may combine with the power bridge where I'll do a power bridge to get the opponent off balance, and then I'll get my left knee in, and then I'll finish this with the shrimp to the other side to get out of mount. So quite often I'll combine these two. A lot of the time in training you'll see people coming halfway out. You need to get all the way onto the side. And both sides this time. Plant, 90-degree angle. Square up, plant, 90-degree angle. Square up, 90-degree angle. Square up. It's okay if you're lifting those hips a bit. Integrate it with the breathing when you're ready. Inhale in the center. Exhale as you go to the side. Couple more. All right, now we will look at reverse shrimping, and the purpose of this is to change the space with the partner, okay? And it's hidden in a lot of jiu-jitsu, and it is phenomenal jiu-jitsu movement. Reverse shrimping is the opposite of everything that we just did. So I plant my foot close to my hip and we shrimp out. We pushed to shrimp out. Reverse shrimping is planting the bottom leg, which is my left, on the ball of my foot, best I can reach, and pulling, okay? So we have pushing, plant, and we have pulling. I'm going to combine these two movements because it is a lot easier to learn combined than having one foot stretched out and pulling yourself in. I'm going to combine the two movements. All right, first side, right side, planted, bridging out. The focus now is on my bottom foot, the left foot. Use the left foot to pull back, all right? So the focus is on pulling myself back now. Shrimp out, planting the back. The left foot, pulling myself back. Again, shrimp out, ball the left foot's on the ground. I'm also on the left shoulder here, pulling myself back. The difference is with the shrimping, I'll be bringing, boom, nice and tight, elbow to knee when I fall. For this one, just to learn the movement, I'm using this left foot to pull myself back. And I'll use this if I bridge someone off, boom, and then they fall, and then I might use this foot to pull myself boom, to the other side to create space. That's the purpose of this. Left side might feel weird, and that's because it is. It's kind of a bonus for today. Hips up to the side, little bonus. Right leg is my bottom one, pulling myself back. Reset, hips up, pulling myself back. Nice. The focus is on this right leg, pulling myself back. Integrating the breathing, focusing. You know you're doing it right if you start feeling it in that. For me, it's my right hamstring, the leg that I'm pulling myself in with. It's my right hamstring. You know you're doing it right if you feel it there. A couple more sets, and then we'll finish the set here with just a really fun one. So we look as ridiculous as we feel. Okay, we will take out the intro shrimp now and start by reaching with my right foot, and I will use that to pull myself in. Reach with my left, pull myself in. You can walk back up the mat if you need to. Just fun, it's just a fun minute. Reach, so I'm on my back, reach, and I like to get on my hip a little bit, I lied. Pull myself in, boom. So the concept is having the ability to move from being on one side to the other. So higher belts will use this for sweeps from deep half too. So even if you don't use this at a younger belt, you will use it in your future career. Then you'll also look like a savage going up and down the mat, knowing how to do this. Just a couple more. This one is meant to look ridiculous. You're meant to feel ridiculous, just so that you can learn it. Nice. Okay, last 3 minutes, we will do all of them, both sides. Power shrimping, feet on the ground, hips up, reset. Feet on the ground, hips up, reset. Okay, now, hips up. Left foot should not be touching the ground, your bottom foot, because we're using that knee to get in. You can touch the ground if you need to. The big purpose of today's lesson is hip movement, understanding hip movement, and to make it fluid. That's my big purpose. So if you're coming up and you got to touch the ground a little bit, that's okay. Plant, hips up. Oh. All right, next one. Thank goodness. 90-degree angle. So last focus was creating space. This one is the 90-degree angle. So post with the right foot, 90-degree angle. Now this one actually feels pretty good compared to the last one we did. Post, post, a lot of the time in class, you'll see people bridge just to here, right? If it's a sliding, shrimp to here. If it's a sliding shrimp, you gotta get all the way up. So the ones in place, when you start the warm up, are usually power bridges. The ones down the mats tend to be more sliding. Sorry, I keep mixing up my words. We are bridging, but these are shrimps. All right, last one. Here we go. We will integrate the reverse shrimp with the power shrimp. Okay? Hips up, to the side. This time my left foot's faced on the ground because this is just the setup. The shrimp out is just the setup. And pull. It's easier to do the reverse shrimp with the setup because the mind just moved the hips out, so it's easy to pull it back in. So I'm sure you felt in our fun minute of the reverse bridge how hard it can be. And then if this bugs your shoulders, if the skin's getting a little bit red, good. Toughen you up. Your focus is on that bottom foot, pulling yourself in. And this is also really good for hidden stuff, for the hips, the lower back, and the hamstrings. All right, there we go. Okay, everyone, really, really good work. If that was hard, good. That's why we're doing this, to really get the movement, to understand the concepts. When you're back on the mats, you'll have an edge. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining me today. Honored to coach you as always.